A glacier is bleeding red blood? Imagine standing in the middle of the most desolate, frozen wasteland on Earth. Everything is pure, blinding white. Then you see it. A thick, crimson liquid pouring from the side of a massive, ancient glacier. It looks like a fresh wound in the ice. It looks impossible. But this isn't a trick of the light or a special effect. It is real, and the truth behind it is even more mind-blowing than the sight itself. You're looking at the Taylor Glacier in Antarctica. It's one of the coldest, most inhospitable places on the planet. In a landscape defined by absolute zero and frozen stability, there should be no movement. There should be no liquid. Physics tells us that in this extreme sub-zero environment, water stays locked in ice. The idea of a flowing, liquid waterfall, especially one that is a deep, visceral red, defies everything we understand about the Antarctic ecosystem. It looks like the glacier itself is hemorrhaging. It's a scene straight out of a horror movie, appearing as if the very earth is bleeding out onto the snow. This isn't just a local legend or a blurry photograph. Scientists from around the globe have descended on this specific site to investigate. Researchers from institutions like the British Antarctic Survey have documented this phenomenon with high-resolution imagery and physical sampling. They've analyzed the chemical composition of the fluid, and the results are undeniable. Skeptics might suggest it's just red algae or some kind of mineral dust blown in by the wind, but the evidence says otherwise. The liquid is emerging from deep within the glacier, not settling on top of it. The data confirms a continuous, subterranean source that has been active for a very long time. The story begins millions of years ago. Deep beneath the Taylor Glacier, a pocket of hypersaline water became trapped. This isn't ordinary water. It's incredibly salty. So salty that its freezing point is much lower than typical seawater. As the glacier moved over time, it carved out a subglacial reservoir, sealing this ancient brine away from the rest of the world. For eons, this liquid has been isolated in total darkness, under immense pressure, and completely disconnected from the Earth's atmosphere. It has existed in a state of suspended animation, a hidden world preserved in a salty, frozen tomb, waiting for the moment it could finally reach the surface. So, how does it turn red? The secret is iron. This trapped brine is incredibly rich in iron. As long as that water stays trapped deep inside the glacier, it remains clear. But the moment that liquid breaches the surface and hits the oxygen in our atmosphere, a chemical reaction occurs. It's called oxidation. Essentially, the iron in the water is rusting instantly upon contact with the air. The same process that turns an old nail orange is happening right before our eyes, at a massive scale. The blood is actually just rapidly oxidizing iron, turning the clear brine into a vivid crimson flow. The discovery of blood falls goes far beyond just a cool scientific anomaly. It provides a blueprint for where we might find life elsewhere in our solar system. If life can survive for millions of years in a dark, salty, oxygen-free environment under a glacier on Earth, why couldn't it exist in the subsurface oceans of Jupiter's moon, Europa, or Saturn's moon, Enceladus? This tiny red waterfall is a window into the extreme possibilities of biology. It reminds us that even in the most inhospitable, frozen corners of our world, nature finds a way to persist, thrive, and absolutely defy our expectations. Nature is far more complex than we ever dared to imagine. The red blood of Antarctica is proof that even the impossible is just science we haven't fully understood yet. If this story surprised you, there are many more where that came from. Subscribe to Barely Believable for more. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and follow Barely Believable. See you in the next one.